A 31-year-old man was taken to the hospital by police officers after getting shot in the chest on the 3000 block of Clifford Street. He was pronounced dead shortly after. Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of Pennsylvania. We're currently in the city of Philadelphia. Today we're going to be doing a drive-through in 360 virtual reality of the Strawberry Mansion Hood here in North Philadelphia. We're a few blocks away from the borderline of Strawberry Mansion. Right now we're on Lehigh Avenue at the intersection of 16th and Lehigh Avenue. We're traveling westbound on Lehigh Avenue. You can adjust your video quality resolution up to 4K. It's about 60 degrees today. We've had awesome highs all this past week, considering about 2 weeks ago we were as low as 8 degrees. So it's t-shirt weather, it feels pretty good. We're approaching 17th and Lehigh Avenue. We're about 2 blocks away from the entrance of the Strawberry Mansion Hood. At any given time, you can look left, look right, look at us, look forward, look up, down. Remember, this is an interactive, immersive virtual tour. If you have the virtual reality goggles, you'll get the best hands-free experience. However, if you don't have the goggles, don't fret, don't fear. You can just look all around. We're passing the intersection of 17th and Lehigh Avenue. 17th and Lehigh Avenue. Now we're passing Glenwood Ave. We have the Glenwood Hood on our left-hand side. After we pass this overpass that's above us, which is train tracks, we would officially be entering Lehigh Avenue, which separates Allegheny West to our right. That's the Allegheny West Hood to our right-hand side. And then the Strawberry Mansion Hood to our left-hand side. We have a business on our right-hand side called The Party Pizzazz Palace, located on Garnett, the 2700 block of Garnett, at the intersection of Garnett and Sedgley and or Lehigh Avenue. On my sharp left, if you look to my left-hand side, you'll see an abandoned factory that's been there for quite some time. It's a huge factory, really huge factory. So again, if we take any one of these blocks to our right-hand side, we'll enter the Allegheny West Hood. If we take any one of these blocks to our left-hand side, we'll enter the Strawberry Mansion Hood. On our right, we got Deliverance Evangelistic Church. To my knowledge, this is the original site of the old Connie Mack Stadium. A lot of my OG veteran viewers who used to live in Philadelphia back in the day acknowledged that and pointed it out to me. I was too young to remember Connie Mack. I'm at 21st and Lehigh. On our left-hand side, we have Dobbins Vocational School. We can make this left-hand turn right here on 22nd Street. This is gonna take us into the entrance of Strawberry Mansion. Now, I've documented this neighborhood over a dozen times, walking, driving, virtual, and non-virtual. But we're in 2023, so this is the first tour of the year, guys. I think I saw the whole bushel of keys. Like somebody had a whole, like, looked like, you guys remember janitors? You remember janitors from high school? They used to have like a bajillion keys. Let's make this right-hand turn. It looked like somebody left their whole janitorial key set on the ground. That's a really nice mural. It looks like a barbershop and a salon. Look up, guys. This is a cool time to actually pay attention to upwards. You see how they got the flags? This had to be a block effort. See the colorful flags, red, green. They even got Christmas lights too. Every couple strings is Christmas lights. I remember, I think they did that once on my block when I was very young, and they needed to go to each house and get them to sign, and I think there needed to be a small donation so that they can purchase lights. They haven't did it again in a really, really long time. I think that was only like a one-time deal in my block. But other blocks, they do it annually, regularly. All right, we're on Harold. We just left Harold Street, the 2200 block at Harold, and now we're entering the 2300 block of Harold. We're in a row home residential block in the Strawberry Mansion neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. Let me be careful here because we do have some rough terrain. So you can see that these houses have porches. The porches are raised, they're elevated, I would say, ouch. They're raised about 3 feet off of street level. There's a little staircase, several steps or so, that take you to the front door. Most of them are open porches. They have awnings and whatnot. I don't know if you guys saw or heard my expression, but we went over that pothole which scraped the whole undercarriage of the vehicle. Some of these streets are really bad. Let's continue. I was gonna go straight, but there's a car double parked, and I don't want to risk it because sometimes cars stay forever double parked, and we're on a time frame. We're capturing footage in 4K 360, which is a larger file, hence the shorter videos. We're at 24th and Huntington. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn. We're just gonna proceed traveling westbound. We have Chinatown, Chinese store right here on our left-hand side. So Strawberry Mansion is in North Philadelphia. It's located east of Fairmount Park. So Fairmount Park is not far from here. It's bounded by 33rd Street to the west, 29th Street to the east, Lehigh Avenue to the north, and Oxford Street to the south. As of the 2000 United States Census, the population in this neighborhood was 22,562 people. We have Maison de Hair on our left. It looks like a beauty salon. We have AJ Supermarket on our right-hand side. There's a young woman crossing the street. It's so warm outside that you actually see activity. Look, there's even a cat crossing the street. Meow, 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 meow. Hey, little orange cat. I don't know if y'all can see him. Look at him right here on my left-hand side. Ah, he's looking at us. Got you on candy cam. He's staring me down, yo. You got these guys on our right. It looks like two young brothers getting it in with the masonry work. That's awesome. They're doing the masonry work with cement. Wow, look at this on our left. Is that a Monte Carlo? Ooh, that's clean. It looked like it was just painted. Is there a body shop around here that I don't know about? Because that thing looked like it was just painted. The reason why I say it looked like it was just painted, because then they have none of the emblems on it. Usually they pop the emblems off when they're about to paint it so they can get a cleaner paint job. So we're now approaching 27th and Huntington. Quick footnote about this block. Last year, there was a couple found murdered right here on my right-hand side, sitting in an SUV. They were here for about 2 or 3 days, sitting in the vehicle. Right here on my right, we're passing this abandoned school. The residents said that they walked by and they saw people sitting in the car, but they didn't think nothing of it. And somebody discovered that they were deceased and they had gunshot wounds to the head. On this block, true story. We're at 28th and Huntington. Let's make this left because there's another abandoned school over here, which would be cool to show you guys. Now remember, if you want to see a lot closer view of this area, check out my walking tours of Strawberry Mansion. So this neighborhood was formerly known as Somersville, or Somerville, I should say. And it takes its name from the house known as Strawberry Mansion. At one time, housing a restaurant known for its strawberries and cream. Makes sense, right? Strawberry Mansion. We're at 28th and Cumberland. 28th and Cumberland. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on the 2700 block of Cumberland Street. You can see the trash over here on the lot. I don't know if y'all can see. There's trash scattered everywhere. We got a mini market on our right-hand side on the 2400 block of Marston. Young fellow came outside. He looked like he just purchased some stuff from the corner store. We have a church on our left-hand side. Will Jesus save you? That's the question that's written on the church. We're at 27th and Cumberland. And again, we have another abandoned school over here on our left-hand side. Now, many of you guys don't know that I believe within the last decade and a half, they closed down a lot of Philadelphia public schools. They closed down a lot of them. A lot of them got sent on the chopping block. And this must have been one of them. Look at it. It's still a beautiful building. It's still a nice looking building, but it's no longer being used. All right, we're at 26 in Cumberland. Let's continue moving forward. There's an RV out there. Check out this block. This block got some big trees. You see it? And then they got closed porches and then some open porches. And the houses on my left, they don't have a terrace. The houses on my right have a terrace. You see how they got like a little grassy patch? Some of them also cemented up their little terrace. Over here, they don't have a terrace. So would you prefer to live in a house with a terrace or without a terrace? Is a terrace important to you? I mean, I guess you can plant stuff in it, you know? But for some people, it might be more maintenance. Some people might not like the terrace because you got to go out and mow it and all of that stuff. If not, it looks horrible. So on the left and on the right, both sets of houses have terraces. Interesting, right? How the previous block, only one side did it. This block, both sides have a terrace. So if you guys want to know what is the racial makeup of this neighborhood, we're passing 24th and Cumberland. As of the 2010 United States Census, Strawberry Mansion was 94.3% Black or African American, 2.3% white or European American, 1.6% Hispanic, and 0.8% Asian. Lastly, 1% all other. We're at 23rd and Cumberland. I'm gonna make this right hand up. Access denied. We can't make a right hand turn. I'm gonna have to make this left hand turn on 23rd Street. But we could probably make a right on Firth. Instead of birth, like, you know, you're giving birth, let's make a right on Firth. We just passed an Illinois tag. Let's make this right hand turn on Firth. We have two gentlemen on my right hand side taking a stroll. Then we have another gentleman on my left-hand side standing at the door. Then we have two more gentlemen in front of us crossing the street. So that goes to show you there's a lot of activity because the weather's nice. Now, make note, these two gentlemen are bundled up for 20-degree weather. It's not really that cold. I mean, I guess to me, because I like the cold, you know what I mean? I would rather be, you know, cool or cold than be hot. You see, the way I always looked at it is, if you're hot, no matter how much clothes you take off, you're gonna be hot. You could be butt naked. You're just gonna be a sweaty, naked person. If it's cold, you can layer and layer and layer until you feel warm. And if you're too warm, you can take off some of them layers and cool down again. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense. So we're at Sedgley. I'm not gonna cross over because if we cross over Sedgley, then we'll exit the Strawberry Mansion neighborhood. So we're gonna make this right-hand turn and then we'll come right back in. Now, I know I mentioned that I've documented Strawberry Mansion on multiple occasions. Every time I document it, I try to enter from a different point so you guys don't see the same thing over and over. But sometimes it's hard because the neighborhoods are so big, so it's like you can't cover them all at once. Now let's go straight. We could have went down Cumberland, but remember, we came out and that was a do not enter. So it would have sent us back around the block. So let's go a little further forward. This is also the neighborhood, I've mentioned it before, where they shot the Concrete Cowboys movie. It was shot not too far up the road. So let's make this right-hand turn on 23rd and Sedgley. We're gonna make a left on the 2300 block of Haggart Street, Haggart. So some notable residents from the Strawberry Mansion neighborhood. First person that comes up on the list is Meek Mill, Philadelphia rapper Meek Mill, a graduate of Strawberry Mansion High School. Next, you got John Coltrane, musician and composer. You got Larry Fine, comedian and member of the Three Stooges, lived on Clifford Street. Wow. NBA player Ronald Flip Murray. Rower I should say, I apologize, I said rower. Rower and rowing coach named Alan Rosenberg. Singer and entertainer Sandy Stewart. Radio broadcaster Mary D. And as a child, the Grammy Oscar nominated winner Jasmine Sullivan. I'm sorry, I'm here trying to mentally multitask because I know these roads. I'm going through a pothole. Ouch. We have a factory on our left. They paint it black. They literally painted it black. Black pigment, black paint. This factory right here, that must have been a lot of black paint. Paint ain't cheap. We're at 25th and Haggard. On our right hand side, we got the Windrum Express. It looks like a young lady is entering the Windrum Express. And you can probably find more people that are from the area, but those are just the first few notable. Look at a BMW crash. Y'all saw that? Those were the first, few people that are notable. So Strawberry Mansion receives an F rating based on crime provided by AreaVibes.com. On our left-hand side, we have Academy of Innovative Minds. It looks like a child care center. We're going to continue moving forward. I see several kids. Yeah, that car was flying from Florida. It goes to show you, flying. We have several kids on our right-hand side, and there's a basketball court on our left-hand side. It looks like there was a set of twins. There was 2 little twin girls. That's cool. Somebody got blessed with twins. So total crime in the area is up 162% above the national average. Violent crime is up 420% above the national average. On our left-hand side, we got North Penn Baptist Church, and we got the Sky Garden in front of us. Let's make this right-hand turn. Property crime in this neighborhood is up 110% above the national average. Key findings show that in Strawberry Mansion, it is said that you have a 1 in 17 chance of becoming a victim of crime. We're at 27th and Cumberland. We have Trinity Church on our left. That was the church we passed earlier. This is the abandoned school we passed earlier, one of the abandoned schools. Strawberry Mansion is said to be safer than 15% of the cities in Pennsylvania. We're passing Sargent. We're going to take this up to Lehigh. Make sure you stay tuned for the Allegheny West 360 virtual tour that we got coming up very soon. We're passing the 2700 block of Albert Street. And we're passing Oakdale. We are now approaching Lehigh Avenue. Once we cross over, we'll be in the Allegheny West neighborhood.